I thought I was last, so sorry. I've known Andrew for a long time. I've known him for 17 years. We met on the playground back in the day, playing make-believe and shooting hoops. Andrew rolled into Modesto Christian with his big old family, his big crazy family, the likes of which I'd never witnessed anything like before in my life, which is something I think a lot of you out there can attest to. I love them very much. They've been like second family for me, and yeah, they're a special bunch. We went through elementary school, we went through junior high, we went through a little bit of high school together. I actually ended up moving to Fresno early in our high school days. It was hard for me, but Andrew, being the type of guy he was, when I moved, he actually hopped in the van with us and moved down, unloaded boxes and loaded in boxes, and actually even stayed with us for a few days to make it easier for me, which was huge, because that's just the kind of guy he is. When we graduated high school, Andrew ended up in my neck of the woods at Fresno Pacific. Yeah. And I ended up at Azusa, but through a series of events, ended up back in Fresno, and we were together again for the first time since I had moved, and it was awesome. We got to spend a lot of time together, and I'll never forget one particular night that we were hanging out. We were driving down the 180 in Andrew's gray Toyota, and we got to talking about the future and our dreams and our passions. And naturally, the topic of the type of woman we imagined ourselves marrying came up. And we were both very single at the time. And Andrew described someone outgoing and someone creative and someone who would help him grow and someone who he could grow alongside. All of which, Steph, you totally fulfill like 1,000 times over, obviously. But the amazing part was, and I don't think he even realized it, was the way that he described relationship, and that he described having relationship with this person who didn't even exist. He's so selfless, and everything that he was saying was just putting himself second, putting her first, and seeing the world from his perspective through hers first. And I'll spare you the details as to how he said he would know he had found the one, because they're very sappy. But, that's what makes him great. He met every single one of them. And he found those things in you, Steph. He found those things in you. And I've watched Andrew naturally have these qualities that so many people strive to inherit and learn throughout their whole lives. And sometimes even die trying to find. But Andrew's been doing it naturally since he was 7, 8 years old, as long as I've known him. He's the type that mentors not by teaching, but just by living. And he's the type that that listens not because he has an obligation, or not because he has to, but just because he cares, and he is genuinely invested in your relationship. And Steph, I've found these things to be true in him since we were 7 years old, just as being my best friend and my brother. And I can't imagine the depth and the magnitude of the love that he has for you. And inversely, I can't fathom the level of happiness that I've seen you bring him. You guys are amazing. So I'd like to propose a toast. May your love be as endless as the bands around your finger, shining fiercely as a declaration of the eternal love you have for each other. To Andrew and Stephanie Kaufman.
Yeah! Woo!